Yeah. Grand finale. We need 1,000 people in the chat for this one. Grand finale. Right? We are going to look at Marky G's speech.
Prime Ministership will signal a new day for this land. A day where, once again, decency and integrity will be returned.
And please remember to like, share, and subscribe, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not yet done so. And I want to say massive big up to the new subscribers. Massive big up to the new subscribers, them. You understand? Big up on yourself. The road to 5,000 subs on this platform. And do remember to go and sub up to my other platforms. Bolo V&R. I need to get to 1,000 subs over there. Bolo V&R 2, Bolo V&R clips. Right? Let me show you real quick. Bolo V&R clips. Yes, that's my platform. I'm gonna go sub up. Alright. And Bolo V&R. Yes. That was the main channel, but mighty God, this one surpassed it. But anyway, let's continue. Sub up to both those platforms as well. Alright. The link is in the description of this actual page. Once you click on my page and you go to the links, the other two are right there. Alright, let's continue.
The standard of service for a government. His prime ministership will be a beacon throughout the region and the world.
River come down, bank to bank.
Jamaica is back in business.
Bangarang versus Baga Baga.
We are getting our people on board in a participatory democracy with the certainty that all will be a part.
A participatory democracy. Andrew Wallace and film team the business about the participation of Jamaican people in this democracy. Them do as them please. Even when it don't please us. So that is very important. And I want you to point that out. Alright? I want you to point that out. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. Baga Baga versus Bangarang. Because them see a Baga Baga go on a conference, you know. All I see is constructive. A message being sent. A serious message being sent to the current leadership of this country. Time come. We're tired of the foolishness.
All of the team he leads will follow his footsteps. All of the team he leads will put people at the center of our policy. Comrades, when we say time come, I mean time come for Mark Jefferson Golding to address Conference 2024. And I say, looking out on the morning rain. Uninspired. And when I knew I had to face another day.
Talk up.
Lord, it made us feel so tired.
Hey.
The day we met you, life was so inclined.
Hey.
To the PNP's peace of mind. 'Cause
Natural winners. Hey, let me tell you something. This whole entire presentation was wonderful. Even if you're not PMP, you cannot watch this and not get excited. At this them called Baga Baga. Well, Baga Baga it is. Baga Baga it is. We are working with the Baga Baga.
Jamaica, victory for the People's National Party. Victory for Mark Jefferson Golding. Next, Prime Minister.
You understand? We are working with the Baga Baga, man. We are working with it. I don't really want the music in the car. I know what thing I monetize, so you have to know what I do. You have to know what I do. Alright? Yeah, man, Marky G. It's a golden. Alright? Yeah, man, the music. Wait till him start that. But people, we have to cover this. This is the main speech. And then we are close out. You understand? We have to cover this. We say Ivan Baga Baga then damn report. Yes. Make we see Bangarang we go on tomorrow. Make we see if they got table the report for the integrity commission. And that we need to know about. Yeah. Baga Baga that. Yeah, when I can't mother with the music. Dan still a dance, that means that they still a play music. Alright. See it there now?
Comrade Chairman, conference, 86 years. For 86 years, we have been ending our political year and starting a brand new one by celebrating the anniversary of the beginning of this noble movement, the People's National Party. This year, PNP River, come down,
bank to bank.
What energy! What a spirit inside this place. Anywhere that the word is love, it can be felt. I feel it right here in the national arena today. I greet my wife, Sandra, and our children. Your love has been steadfast, true, and sustaining. Thank you for always being here with me. To the people of the mighty constituency of South St. Andrew, who have shown me the possibilities that come with making meaningful change in the lives of our people. Our guests from the diplomatic and consular corps, our visitors from overseas, especially our powerful diaspora who have come to Jamaica for this conference. The officers, executive members, NEC members, regional committees, members of parliament and councillors, candidates, constituency committees and group members and their chairs, plus the managers, workers, warriors, foot soldiers, all members and supporters of the People's National Party. You are the ones who make this party function. I must mention the teams at PNP headquarters and the office of the leader of the opposition, members of the media providing coverage for this joyous occasion. In particular, I want to provide a word of comfort to those ravished by Hurricane Beryl in July this year. In particular, the people of Clarendon, Southern Manchester, St. Elizabeth and Westmoreland. And I welcome those listening to us from your homes and in your communities in Jamaica and all over the world. Comrades and friends,
I love how he mentioned those people. The people that were affected by Beryl. Ladies and gentlemen, the shame of it is that a lot of them still don't get help. And I'm glad that those people are on his mind. Because, Bridget, listen, man, there's so much change that needs to be happening. This government presently that is here is a disgrace. It's a total disgrace. Anybody but them in the next government, listen, vote for an independent candidate for y'all like here. Time come.
In Ecclesiastes
Time
chapter
come.
3 verse 1 it says, to everything there is a season and a time for every purpose under heaven. Well, I stand before you today and say the time has come for change.
Yes, real change.
Yes, comrades, the time is once again for Jamaica to choose change. Things cannot continue the way they are.
No way.
The People's National Party will bring change. Comrades, the PNP has been at the center of positive change in this country from 1938.
Hey, real B, you never tell a liar. Uncaring government.
Which was over 20 years before political independence from Britain. Over the years, our leaders implemented a vision that led Jamaica forward. It is undeniable that the People's National Party, through every stage of its transition to a modern nation state, we were the ones guiding the country forward. Founding father Norman Washington Manley led political change. including universal adult suffrage, political independence, and nationhood. His son, Michael Joshua Manley, led the transformational social change that empowered Jamaicans to stand firm and shout from the mountaintop, I might be a simple man, but simply a man am I. Equal pay for women was transformational social change. No bastard law was transformational social change. Minimum wage was transformational social change. And rights for workers was transformational social change. Percival James Patterson delivered a vast range of achievements for the Jamaican people. He led infrastructure change, reminding this country that the road to development is the development of roads. He was the chief visionary behind Jamaica's modern highway network, and he became Jamaica's most successful political leader. That is why we say PJ.
That arrived.
Portia, Lucretia, Simpson Miller led the economic change that others are now claiming. And time come for Sister P to get the credit she deserves. Let us never forget her. The Jamaica Labour Party government ran from every test and drove the country into a deep crisis, but it was under Sister P that we turned the country around and put our economy firmly on track. While navigating the necessary sacrifices, Sister P always showed love for the people. And that love is reflected in her powerful instruction. Never look down on a person unless you're going to lift them up.
Hey, me not tell no lie. I don't know one person from either side of a political party. Well, I don't know of, but not many people dislike Portia Simpson. She really is like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's her reputation. And Mama P then call her. Literally, Mama P. Seriously. Seriously.
That was the heartbeat of your message. Dr. Peter David Phillips, he was the principal architect of our successful fiscal transformation. His hands were on the financial wheel when Jamaica worked our way from under the heavy yoke of unsustainable public debt, creating new vistas of opportunity to realize our full potential.
You know what I've realized, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to be quick about this because I want to get through the video. There has been a invisible arm. Shout out to Keith Hardy. There has been an invisible arm that has been affecting the success or the lack thereof of this country, that has been holding us back. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And I think they are not from this country. Yeah, I think they're from the West. And I'll leave it at that.
Are where we are today as a nation because the team of Portia Simpson Miller and Peter David Phillips guided us through the most turbulent times. We commit today as a party to forever defend their great legacy. The works of our former leaders inspire us to deliver a better life for all Jamaicans, guided by our progressive principles of equality and justice, built on a firm foundation of utmost integrity.
He must inspire by example, and above all, he must have integrity. Integrity. Hey!
Our leaders have inspired us to move forward and to make new decisions for new times. We are now in a new phase of global change and uncertainty that more than ever must be navigated by strong, principled leadership. Together, we will continue this noble mission, with our next stop being Jamaica House. Jamaica is ready. We are ready. The People's National Party is more than ready. Today, as president of our party, humbly and respectfully, I make it clear to all Jamaicans and the world, we choose change. Our 21st century mandate is one of change for Jamaica, land we love. Together, we will deliver on that mandate.
It's been a long
I want to say something. I want to say something about where I am coming from. As a teenager and as a young adult, I spent time on Jamaican streets and in the dance halls. I loved the rhythm and energy of our culture. My worldview was inspired by the music and culture of Jamaica as much as by anything that I ever read in any book. Comrades, I met the love of my life on one of those moves. And on the first night we met, we ended up in a dance competition. And we won a dinner for two at a restaurant downtown. So you could say that we danced into each other's lives. And we've been rocking it together ever since for 40 years with 3 children and 1 beautiful granddaughter. I grew up in a home environment which believed in giving the most vulnerable people opportunities to build their lives. My father had the vision to build the country's leading center for the rehabilitation of persons with disabilities. And my parents dedicated their careers to empowering and uplifting that community.
Yo, that's what I was talking about earlier. That's the legacy Mark Golden is coming from. Think about that. A legacy of service to the people.
My father also founded the Hope Valley Experimental School with a mission for children from all walks of life, able-bodied and disabled, to learn together, to play together, and to grow together. Those who could not walk had the same opportunities as those who could walk. There was no place for discrimination where I grew up. I born and grow with the understanding that whatever your color, your class, your creed, people are people. That is what I know. As Sister P said, never look down on someone unless you are lifting them up. This speaks to engendering positive values and attitudes in a nation by making our most vulnerable our most valuable. A caring nation requires that we put people first. These experiences taught me, as the donkey would say, that the world no level and that the system has to change. It must change if there is going to be real change. So I have grown and lived the tenets of the People's National Party, and no doubt that is what led me here. And comrades and friends, I never took my eyes off justice. So joining the People's National Party was an easy fit for me. When Prime Minister Simpson Miller invited me to sit in the Senate when she was opposition leader, it was an exciting opportunity for me to evolve from a career in the law and business into pursuing justice for our people. Social justice, economic justice, distributive justice, restorative justice, environmental justice. That is what Mark Jefferson Golden stands for. So, my fellow Jamaicans, we must forge a society with equality, fairness, social justice, and dignity for our people at the forefront of our hearts and our minds as we transcend the discussions and the struggles and hardships of our history and our present. I believe that the greatest, fastest, and most sustainable development will come from investing in and empowering our people. Trickling down and tinkering with the status quo will never transform our society to a new and better paradigm. Time come for us to recognize the rights of all Jamaicans. No child should be excluded from a school or adult from their workplace because they wear locks. And no government should ever fight in court to defend any rule that excludes Rasta child and Rasta picnic from wearing locks and coming to school.
Hey, may I tell you, say, Janus, hey, me tell you something, man. You see that what I said a while ago? You know, it's amazing to me that any Rastaman, any real Rastaman would vote for the JLP. It tells me that they don't know their history. Yes, knowing the history of these two parties is very important to know. In politics and in the world, I said choosing between the two devils. But I've always known the bigger devil in this country. Always. When I came across a story from Kau and Muta Baruka about what happened with the rest of them in a Carol Garden incident, right? Where the Prime Minister at the time called for those people be brought in, the rest of them be brought in dead or alive. And the man them don't do nothing to deserve that. It was one of the biggest crimes against humanity in this hemisphere. What happened to the rest of them in a car guard incident. And under this colonized system run by Britain, Rasta still face persecution. It is time to cut ties, and I totally agree with Mark Jefferson Golding. It is time. I'm totally agree with the UIC too, because them have the same stance. It is time to cut full ties from the English monarch. It is time. Time come.
Time come.
Time come.
Complete the reimagining of our ganja industry, liberating our small farmers and bringing them into the center of our policy.
Hey, me say when me hear the man, I know first time me hear him talk about the ganja, you know. Hey, Marky G, make them know, no man. You see, if we ever tap into the ganja something there, oh my God. Talk about me, boss.
Make that industry work for all Jamaicans. Time come to give our people access to the beaches and rivers of this country
that
for
is
their
it.
recreation, so they can de-stress and enjoy the natural beauty of their island home.
Hey, it come like we're in one prison when the man they lock off the beach them. You can imagine how they lock off the beach them from the people them. I know business which government do it wrong. PMP or JLP, it wrong. So if Market G come to fix that, me with that. Me with that.
Time come to eliminate any abusive labor practices like the device of contract work in the public and private sector. When it denies our workers their basic employment benefits.
Me love that. That needs to be addressed. The companies have been using the contracting and exploit the people them. That is a serious issue.
Time come to once again provide affordable housing for our people and to regularize land ownership for thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands who have lived without secure tenure for decades. Time come for a livable wage that adjusts with inflation so that a basic quality of life is assured to all our workers, and to do more for our long-suffering pensions as well. Time come for a new deal for our teachers, our police officers, our nurses, our firemen, our correctional officers who serve the public and deserve to be treated with respect.
You can't tell me,
we have work to do, comrades. I know.
Oi, you can't tell me, say Marky G now listen to you people. You cannot tell me that he's not listening to the people. Those sentiments that he just outlined a while ago, I agree with and I've been talking about. Mark Jefferson Golding is listening to the people. Andrew Holness does not care or is listening to the people. And that is why time come.
These things are possible with the will and skills to achieve them. These are part of the mission of the next PNP government. The Prime Minister just needs to fly the gate. Call it, Andrew, call it, and Iman will sound the trumpet. After 8 long years, the people have had enough. The captain and his ship are sinking and his sailors are bailing out. Jamaican governance has become more coarse, more crass, more corrupt and more corrosive. Jamaicans have lost confidence in the future of our country and in its current leadership. They feel unsafe for their families and themselves. They feel economically deprived and insecure. They feel underappreciated and taken advantage of and hopeless. The
Facts. Everything him just say facts.
government is failing the people, but help is on the way, my fellow Jamaicans. Better is possible and better must come. Time come and we choose change. Comrades and friends, last year Jamaica embarked upon a formal process of constitutional reform. The people were excluded from the design of the process.
Yes.
And the people did not trust it.
And we still don't. Reggae rock big up. Yeah man, him alright in a reggae rock.
PNP is very clear on our positions on points of principle. Our representatives on the committee that they established did not sign the report of that committee because we did not agree, and we do not agree with some of its recommendations. And I will share some of those issues with you now. First, the reformed constitution will establish the role of a president to replace the Governor General. We have no problem with that. The president will play a critical role in appointments to sensitive positions of state. And that president must be perceived as independent of partisan politics. The president must enjoy the trust and confidence of the society as a whole. Therefore,
and are you guys hearing me still? Because me still like me OBS a give problem. But this point right here is a major point. And I'm glad I'm recording this. So if you guys are, if it's choppy for you, the replay will be posted. Right? Now, this is very important. The constitutional change, the reform, right? What he just said about having a ceremonial president, we don't have no problem with that. Well, he doesn't, right? And I understand what he's saying now, because as long as that president, yeah man, me know Keith Athe, you know what go on. As long as that president, well said, right? Enough respect, Reggae Rock. As long as that president, the way how they are elected is making sure that they are non-bipartisan is the issue. Because we're trying to eradicate the corruption. Right? So we want to make sure that this individual that is going to be elected is not because of how it's presently constructed, where you have the majority vote. Say for instance, the PNP have the majority vote. Whoever the ceremonial president is going to serve the PNP. But by proxy. Same thing if that ceremonial president is the majority of the people that voted is the JLP. They are going to serve the JLP. They are not going to serve the interests of the people. This government that we have right now, in my opinion, based off their movements, they are doing everything to take away the power of the people and bring us into a legal, I say a legal slave system using the NIDS. That is my opinion. Why do I say using the NIDS? Because the NIDS have a certain level of control in how you maneuver in the space of earnings and sales. If they want to shut down your money with the NIDS, one click, money shut down. You can't buy anything. That is the only way to buy and sell. What are you going to do? If you speak out against the government and what they're doing, they have the power to what? Shut you down again. Are you going to speak out against them? No, they can pretty much do whatever they want. It's all about total control. Now, Doreen Williams, if you don't want a ceremonial president, I am not opposed to you saying that. But what I'm saying is, the way how he's presenting it, it would be better that way, because it has to be somebody that does not have any biases towards both parties. Period. If we don't stand up for nothing, we fall for anything. Facts.
Or if there is no consensus between the government and the opposition on who the person should be as president, the PNP does not support the appointment being made by a simple majority vote in Parliament. That effectively is what the majority of that committee have recommended. That would compromise the independence, trust, and confidence that the president must enjoy. And I
exactly
say, no way, that is not in the interest of Jamaica.
Exactly.
We also insist that an impeachment procedure should be included in the reformed constitution.
Ding, 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 ding. You see that impeachment something they were mal in Malawi fort a back. So they want to take out impeachment out of the constitution. You never see red flag. My Jamaican people, my brothers and my sisters, the young people, them, you guys never see the red flag. Taking out the impeachment out of the constitution where a government official cannot be locked up or charged. if they are found to be doing anything that is treasonous to, committing any treason against the people of the country. Right? Like solicit enrichment. They would not go to jail. They would not be punished. That is like a person that is going to take out the punishment of unaliving somebody, ending somebody, deleting them. You can't just go around deleting people and never be charged or go to jail. That is essentially what Marlon Malahou Fort and the JLP is advocating for with Andrew Holness. That you take out impeachment so they can never, ever be charged for anything that they do. Guys, remember to like the video. Always remember to like the video. Ain't that something? That should have been a red flag for most of you from the jump.
To hold delinquent politicians to account. The two parties were originally committed to this. I tabled a revised impeachment bill in Parliament in April 2021, over 3 years ago. But this government has chosen to ignore it for 1,237 days. Accountability is not a priority for them, as it is for the PNP. The JLP has flip-flopped and impeachment has been excluded from the report of that Constitutional Reform Committee.
Yes.
We support full decolonization now.
No.
Piecemeal approach.
No.
No more foreign king as our head of state. And no more inaccessible final court on the other side of the world that decides our laws in the name of a foreign king. We want a final court that is accessible to our people so that they can get justice. And the Caribbean Court of Justice, the CACJ, is doing this for the people of Barbados, Guyana, Belize, Dominica, and St. Lucia. And those countries are doing well. Time come for the Jamaican people to have the fundamental right of access to high quality justice at the highest level. Comrades, fellow Jamaicans, those are some of the reasons why the PNP did not sign that report. But our party is very committed to constitutional reform. And when we form government, we will restart that process, but in an inclusive way. We will invite the people of Jamaica to participate in a meaningful conversation about how we can enrich our democracy by making our leaders more accountable to the people.
You see that? Involving the people in the process into what they think should be the best way for us to hold the government officials accountable. The money is for the people. And that is what a leader should be, for the people. And big up the UIC same way, because they have the same mentality they have in it. Because I've read their manifesto, is the same mentality they have. As a matter of fact, the UIC want to change the constitution completely, because they believe that there's still remnants of it that serve the king, and they don't want to serve the king at all. They want to remove themselves from it altogether. Dig out the root and throw it way over England, so they can't have them funds in our business.
How we can make the processes of government more transparent to the people, and how we can empower the people through a more participatory model.
Keep liking and sharing, guys. Keep liking and sharing.
We are committed to completing the local government reforms, which we embarked on when we were last in government, but have stalled under this government. We will implement the commitments made in our local government election manifesto to empower our municipalities to deliver high quality government and services to the people in the municipal corporations. Jamaicans are tired of the impunity of those who hold political power. Public officials must be held accountable, and there must be transparency and openness in the conduct of national affairs and reasonable protection of privacy in personal life.
Yeah, like how them put out Mark Golan business out there. Yeah. The privacy is something that's very important. And when with this NITS thing, the privacy is something that go under attack. Because they're going to have one whole database with all of the information. And you know, database can get hacked, right? Okay, good. It's not always good to go completely digital. You need to have an analog system, a backup analog system, just in case you're hacked. My uncle, well, my great-great-great-great-granduncle, my mother's great-great-great-great-granduncle, told her, never you throw away analog. You have a phone, you put your numbers in there. What if them steal the phone? What if them hack the phone? What if a virus hit the phone? You have a book with all the numbers in it. The important ones especially. You understand? So you got to be smart. Salute to Anthony R.
I am very concerned about the insidious abuse of the Data Protection Act by state officials to restrict disclosure of potentially damning information in which there is a strong and legitimate public interest. First,
I agree.
It was to hide the details about the waste of taxpayers' money to make massive rental payments for an unoccupied building to a private owner.
Two unoccupied buildings, one of them we can't know the name, and one of them are who own the building. And they're protecting the name. And the building is unoccupied and we're wasting tax dollars. And the public wants to know, but they refuse to tell the public. They're hiding things. This is the gag order government.
Then it was to hide information about the salaries being paid to the former DPP whose extension in office was ruled unconstitutional by the Supreme Court, and to the person who was appointed to act as DPP pending a permanent appointment.
Come take a look in
A corrupt government cannot liberate the people. If the head of the stream is corrupt, the entire river will be also. There is no accountability for non-performance in this JLP administration. Government negligently allows critical boards and tribunals to grind to a halt because of failure to make appointments when the terms of those boards expire. The Early Childhood Commission, the Access to Information Appeals Tribunal, even the Public Service Commission itself have been examples of the government falling asleep at the job. And ministers desperately seek to pass the buck when a passenger falls sick and dies at our largest airport without any prompt medical response or even an ambulance to take him to hospital in time to try and save his life.
Yeah, she's still getting paid. The DPP is still getting paid allegedly.
Corruption is rampant at the highest levels of this government. You will remember during my budget presentation when they tried to prevent me from saying some critical things about governance, even shutting down the sitting of Parliament. Well, I went on the street and I said what I had to say, and I will say it here again. The failure to disclose the identity of the so-called illicit 6 MPs who are under investigation by the Integrity Commission for illicit enrichment remains a festering sore, only made worse by the Prime Minister's gag order on Cabinet Minister.
The gag order government. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be my thumbnail for tomorrow. Because I can't wait for the Integrity Commission report to be table. You see, if that not table, man, we are, me I go done them, you know?
Speaking publicly on these matters. But wait, comrades, I have to rewrite that part because it is no longer 6. It has gone to 8. So let me say it again. The failure to disclose the identity of the so-called illicit 8 MPs who are under investigation by the Integrity Commission remains a festering sore, only made worse by the Prime Minister's gag order on his cabinet ministers and MPs speaking publicly on these matters. Comrades, I had to hurry up and say that a second time, because before we reach and finish here today, maybe it will move from 8 to 12, the way how the number of labor right illicits seems to multiply like gremlins.
She said, hey Bolo, please have sign language person in the live background for... No, I am not that high-tech, Sharon. I could not even afford to pay a sign language person in the background unless it was like a automated AI app or something. Yeah, I can't afford it. And if you've been watching my streams, I don't get a lot of donations. It's not that people don't want to donate, but I don't have the super chat option. I am monetized, but I don't have it. I don't know what else to do. I don't know if I'm gonna get it. I might not get it. I only have PayPal, so I don't have the funds to facilitate such a thing. It would be nice. It would be definitely game changing, but I don't have the money to facilitate that. Yeah.
And comrades, now we have a second Integrity Commission report on the Prime Minister, sent to Parliament, but not yet tabled for the public to see. with little bits of it being selectively leaked to JLP allied media houses. We will put a stop to such shenanigans. We will change the law so that all Integrity Commission reports must be published on Parliament's website within a short time, perhaps 24 hours of being sent to Parliament so all Jamaicans can read those reports.
This was, this was one of the biggest things for me. Have it on the website so the people can read it themselves. We don't have to wait for them to table nothing in a Parliament. Make we read it for ourselves and then listen to them. I know some people not gonna understand certain things, but at least they can read it and then they can try to educate themselves on what things mean. Right? Because you know them have certain jargons. Right? And then the Integrity Commission can put it so it's very, very clear. So the people can understand, even the baby can understand. We need everybody to get involved in the political process. These people have too long, far too long, been tricking the people. Education is key to the upliftment of this country. And I believe that is why they have not focused on education. Because they don't want us to be uplifted. Because we are going to dip on their skin and they now can give it teeth money them.
Comrades, it is time to change these things. Accountability and transparency matter, and that is change. When the PNP forms government, our job is to create an environment in which Jamaicans can thrive and achieve their versions of the Jamaican dream. Every Jamaican must feel well cared for and enabled by their government. We must invest and build an efficient and caring public service with short wait times, giving value for the taxes that you pay. We want a Jamaica where our people don't pay to migrate to foreign because yes so nice.
Yes! Yes so nice! Yes so nice!
People deserve much more than what is happening now. We want garbage moved from our gates. We want street lights that work. We want sewage in pipes underground and not running in the streets. We want clean piped water in all our homes. And we want roads that don't mash up our vehicles' front ends if you're lucky enough to have a vehicle.
True, no,
we want public health facilities that treat people with dignity and provide good and affordable health care. And we need schools that give every child a strong basic education so they can go on to pursue whatever career they choose. And we want to feel safe in our homes and in our communities. While there is no...
I want to explain to people. Mark Golden is expressing the sentiments of the entire Jamaican people in this speech. You know. That's what this speech is about. It's not so much about to tell you the plans so much in detail of what the PNP is going to do. They're telling you where the problems are and what we need to fix. And the problems are many.
No magic wand to do everything at once. The PNP in government will prioritize the things that the people are crying out for.
Can't fix everything at once, realistically. But they're going to prioritize the things that the people are crying out for. What else? What you expect me to do? It can't fix one time. What can go so?
Every day. And we will ensure that public resources are not scraped away in corruption for friends and cronies, but are only used for the benefit of the people.
I believe if the monies, tax dollars are not gone in illicit enrichment practices, Jamaica will be very, very okay. Yeah, man. Quick. We want about 20 years free of corruption. And you're going to see the massive level of development under good governance that this country can achieve. 20 years, I'm saying, 20 years. Full transformation. Jamaica can become one of the shining beacons of a healthy, productive society if there is no corruption. We have to stamp out corruption hard, man. Man, if you go to jail, man, if you get death sentence as far as me concerned. Yeah, when you commit treason in certain way against the people, yeah, man. Life imprisonment and them suck them, man. No joke.
My fellow Jamaicans, the PNP will apply a mix of change policies to put things right. We are ready to move forward on a new path. The PNP's talent pool is deep and wide, with the right mix of experience, skill, expertise, energy, and commitment to transform Jamaica. We are ready to take the bold steps necessary to make Jamaicans' lives better, and we have a plan. Jamaica has one of the highest murder rates in the world.
Georgia.
And our first priority must be strengthening and enabling communities to feel safe and secure. The PNP's vision for citizen security is built on a foundation of community partnership and empowerment.
That is the only way to go to fix the problem in Jamaica. It's always been about community and having that relationship with the police and the soldier them.
We are committed to the optimal blend of effective law enforcement with community-driven solutions to create a safer Jamaica. Our strategy targets the root causes of crime and delivers results that reduce crime and violence sustainably. A balanced approach to crime and crime reduction is at the core of our strategy. Our approach recognizes that public safety is best achieved when enforcement and prevention are working in harmony. Under this government, that has not been happening. But we have a plan. They shut down Unite for Change, and they defunded the Peace Management Initiative, and crime and violence went through the roof. We will not neglect the need for community engagement. We will not outsource it to the private sector. We will partner with the private sector, with the churches, with civil society, and roll out a national program of effective, holistic, and sustainable community engagement. And we will not ignore the reality that our prison system needs an overhaul so it rehabilitates inmates rather than producing more hardened criminals.
Bingo! Ding, 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 ding. Another important point, ladies and gentlemen, that we cannot pass. Did you guys see the videos of the prisoners them begging for rehabilitation? Begging to get training so they can come out and be something different other than a criminal again? When have you ever seen that under any government in a Jamaica? Man, Andrew Jones must go, man, and this Labour Right Party, man.
Criminals.
Must go, man.
Our portfolio teams for citizen security, education, social transformation, culture, and sports have been taking a joined-up approach, working together. We will invest heavily to increase the number of social workers in our communities, tasked with addressing core social programs and problems like school absenteeism, teenage parenting, and student hunger. We will ensure that the needs of our most vulnerable citizens, children, elderly, and infirm Jamaicans are responded to by the state. And therapeutic counseling will be integrated into our intervention programs to combat the culture of violence and the trauma that it causes. We will provide at-risk youth with viable alternatives to criminal activity, investing in remedial education, job training, and youth development programs. The next PNP government will revisit and revamp the Social Development Commission.
Remedial education, trading and coding. Skills so they can earn them own living. Alright?
It was originated by the Right Excellent Norman Manley, and once again it will become a catalyst for sustainable community development. We envision community-based training programs in construction skills, coding, software development, dramatic.
Only hear that I wanna go? Coding. Show and big up. You hear that I wanna go? Play back.
We envision community-based training programs in construction skills, coding, software development, dramatic performance, arts, music, design, filmmaking, sound engineering, and sports.
Yo, me never did hear that part of his speech. I big up Marky G. Big up Marky G. And big up UIC too. Because they've been on that as well. Me now stop big up UIC because they've been on it as well. I read their manifesto. I've heard him speak about the trading and coding and all of those things. Big up Marky G. May I tell you this is me. Hey, let me tell you something. I am documenting I am documenting and paying attention. Alright? Big up class prefect. I am documenting and paying attention to what is being said. You see, if Marky G not do what I say, I do, and it look like it's going in a direction where it's supposed to go. Oh yeah! Me not even want to think about it. Cause Athe claps are real. Big up Talk Your Mind TV and Athe Press. Mystic Sensation. And big up Andre, big up Ratic, and big up everybody.
This will engage more young people in productive tasks and give lawful alternative pathways for the youth to make a good living.
Yes.
This integrated approach will lay the foundation for sustainable peace and progress in our communities. We will also pass legislation to allow targeted detentions under court supervision for known producers of violence on whom there is credible intelligence. This will enable cases to be built and lead to successful prosecutions, so there is accountability and no more impunity in this land.
Yeah, you know, say I'm the law man. You know, say I'm the law man, you know, so you know. Them bag of case away. Man, I get off.
Our proactive interventionist social policy will also help to support our economic policy, and it is to that economic policy that I now turn. My fellow Jamaicans, we are at a crossroads in our nation's economic history. The country faces two distinct economic choices. Jamaica, under the current government, will continue down a path where only a few benefit, and most Jamaicans face hard times, frustration, and hopelessness.
When poor people fed up, don't use system.
When poor people fed up, Marky G is sweating up.
We remain committed to macroeconomic stability and prudent fiscal management. That's very important, comrades.
Now, Marky G, I hear talk about macroeconomic stability, you know. But I hear talk about the microeconomic stability. Because you see, the microeconomic stability, that is the one that really affects and affects the regular folks in a big way. So if me get a chance, I want to tag Marky G there for me. Marky G, all the microeconomic something go. Because I would love for you to address that. You know, I know you couldn't talk about everything for the stage or so. But would I love for you to address the microeconomic stability part. But I digress.
Never forget that it was the last PNP administration that did the heavy lifting to enable Jamaica to reduce its debt to GDP ratio by half in just 10 years. It's the PNP who achieved that and started that ball rolling in the right direction. But while that is necessary, it is clearly not sufficient. Our national sacrifices and fiscal successes must deliver real improvement in the lives of our people. Everybody must benefit and no one should be left behind. That is the PNP philosophy. We will build out our vision of Jamaica becoming a global maritime and aviation logistics hub. It started under us, but it has stalled. Jamaica must capitalize on our unique geographical position, right at the trade lines that pass through the Panama Canal and at the heart of international trade routes.
Yo, that's big. That's big. The maritime, the ocean, yo, that's big. Because we have such a beautiful island, and then like, bro, the product of Jamaica should be maximized. We have too much talent here. This land is such a blessed land. We need to just go back to God, repent, and just prosper with the right leadership. Trust me, it is that simple. Get back to God, move away from all this idol worshiping and everything, man. Jamaica should be the hub, man, you know. Jamaica should be a little Dubai, you know. Jamaica should be a little Dubai. Only thing we don't have to dump up nowhere. Right? How you doing, McQueen? We don't have to dump up nowhere. Just use the natural look at the place and put in the infrastructure that doesn't tear down the greenery, but complements it. Come on, man. Jamaica should be a little Dubai.
We will build out clusters of logistics-related activities to increase quality, well-paying jobs and expand the economy, driving further investment in logistics-related industries. Our aim is to transform Jamaica into a premier trade and logistics hub and the gateway to the Americas and a cornerstone of growth in regional and hemispheric trade. We need a more balanced and resilient economy in an era of growing food insecurity. So, look out for the transformation of agriculture and the blue economy, our maritime economy, to drive rural development.
That's big.
We have to invest in farm roads, in cold storage facilities, in irrigation systems. We have to deepen the use of technology, marketing support, and expanded access to affordable loans for our farmers.
Yes.
We will forge collaborative relationships with the large private sector players in poultry, agro-processing, milk and livestock production to improve and increase their already significant contribution to the economy. We will partner with CASE and other research institutions to develop productivity boosting projects and improve our planting stock, our animal genetics, our farming systems, animal husbandry and agronomy. We will boost our own research facilities at Bodles, Orange River and Montpelier. Experts in each sector will provide the blueprint required for our farmers to grow those sectors so as to ensure food security for our nation.
Do you know how important food security is? Are you guys paying attention to what's going on with the food in America? Melons exploding. Melons looking rubbery. Are you guys seeing those videos? Again, go sub up to Miss Akimi. Miss Genesis, if you're still in the chat, drop Miss Akimi's link in the chat. Go sub up to Miss Akimi. She really covering those stories and doing a great job. It is insane what's going on. And that's the type of thing that might come to Jamaica soon. Because we've been importing a lot of shit.
Comrades, another critical industry in the pursuit of inclusive, sustainable economic growth is the cultural creative sector. The state must get behind this sector to assist it to reach its enormous economic potential for the people of Jamaica.
The culture, yeah.
Our portfolio teams will work together to establish a single authority for the efficient granting of permits for entertainment events. We will establish 24-hour entertainment zones in suitable locations and develop balanced and clear guidelines under the Noise Abatement Act.
Oh no, say. All of the promoter them are rub their finger like so, you know. All of the promoter them are rub their finger. Where's the market G? 24-hour entertainment zone. That means someone party can keep from 6 a.m. in the morning till 6 a.m. in next morning. Marky G, you serious? Where promoter then there? Promoters wanna there. Mighty God.
Nighttime entertainment in communities. Comrades, energy is fundamental to the economic development of our country. Remember,
where's about PayPal? Blessings, compliments, PayPal. Did you send me something on the PayPal? I don't see any PayPal, you know. I don't see any PayPal notification, you know. But the PayPal is linked at the top there. If you want to donate, yeah? McQueena.
This government's promises in 2016 about big power plants and big energy companies to lower light bills in Jamaica, well, they are nowhere to be seen. This JLP government has failed to bring on board any new renewable capacity to the grid. And we are tired of those promises from the government year after year. We will get it done. We have done it before and we will do it again. The price of electricity is too high in Jamaica and the PNP will get it down.
A true man. Brother, you see that bill something there? It's serious. No man, it's serious with you, man. That bill something there? Trust me, it no normal. Plastic. And a plastic. They have lab grown meat that is approved by the FDA now. It's made in a lab using cells of an actual animal. Just the small cells that you can't see in a pastry dish, and they're making lab grown chicken. Yeah, that is happening right now. Like I said, go and sub up to Miss Akimi. I'm gonna find her and I'm gonna put it there for you guys in the chat.
So you decide, well,
in regularizing electricity supply in communities where true-ups are the norm. And the state has to underwrite most of the cost of rewiring, inspection and certification, and provide solar capacity pooled into community microgrids to reduce household electricity bills among newly regularized customers. Everyone must lawful. The current JPSO license is coming to an end. So we have the opportunity, indeed the duty, to ensure a more responsive and forward-looking approach to customers' needs and the resilience of our country's transmission and distribution systems to be taken. Energy is critical to the economy.
May I tell you today, no? That the light bill thing, you know, brother? Boy. Hey, Marky G, so they're going to power. More hear about this oil business, you know. Because them can't hide it from you when they're going to power. We need to hear about this oil business.
Change means enabling families to own land and afford proper housing. Land and housing.
But hold on there. Them never say, in the meeting, say the PMP, they meet up with the PMP and the JLP. That's our next conversation. But let's continue.
Are fundamental development priorities. In celebration of our first female Prime Minister, we will bring forth the Portia Initiative, the program for orderly renewal and transformation of infrastructure in all areas. The Portia Initiative.
I'm not telling a lie still. Marky G no left out none of the past leader them, you know, for the PMP, you know. And that in itself, as persons that support the party, that call themselves comrades, that is a moral boost. I think that's powerful, and strategically that is wonderful for the morale of the group. Yeah.
This program will drive policies that Sister P stood for, improving infrastructure in old housing schemes, tearing down zinc fences in communities and replacing them with proper concrete walls, completing the infrastructure and land titling for existing land tenure regularization schemes, they call it Operation Pride, and rolling out new ones to bring hope and decent living conditions in areas of social neglect.
Hey, when you know, say the land something, a whole of things are going on Jamaica, you know. They not claim to say allegedly the Juliet Oles and Andrew Oles and the land situation with people and also allegedly. We not even talk about it. We're not supposed to know what's going on. But when they must say what they're saying that they're doing, the allegations against the Prime Minister and his wife, it is not becoming of a leader of a country. Honestly. And his wife, it's not becoming.
Our beloved Sister P will smile as the next PNP government improves sidewalks for persons with disabilities, provides housing assistance to needy citizens.
Wait, sidewalk for persons with disabilities? Only Marky G could have come in with this. Only Marky G could have come in with this. Because I feel pet peeve that, you know. Remember when father Bill, you know. I feel pet peeve. And that is good. That is excellent.
And beautifies communities where our people live. The Portia Initiative is a must, and time come for that. The next PNP will also make lands available to the National Housing Trust for qualified contributors so they can build their own homes. From day one, we are going to restore the core mandate of the National Housing Trust, which was the baby of Michael Joshua Manley. We will stop the extraction of capital from the National Housing Trust. It was an emergency measure. It was supposed to only last for 4 years, and it has now continued for over 12 years.
Anyway, the money they man, and then can access it, them are going to try access it. Them same green people there. You think them normal?
And we will return to providing affordable houses for people who need to buy or build a home. We plan a comprehensive review of all laws relating to housing to find ways to make housing more affordable for all Jamaicans.
You hear where the man go? The man go to the last, them, you know. At the last, the man go to, you know, for me. This man is a law man, you know. You have to understand, you know. So you see, Constitution, I hope that the Constitution is one of the firmest constitutions that is built under this man's leadership. We can carry into the future. Whatever is left of the future, of this world. Yeah. Yeah.
These initiatives are all about balancing the books and the people's lives, something that Sister P always spoke about and believed in. Comrades, Jamaica must emerge from an economy characterized by low growth, low wages, low technology, low productivity.
Low.
And to do that, we must choose change.
Low.
And this area, investment in human development must be the key.
Bingo! Bingo! It has to be human development. Once the people are developed, their skill set is developed, their potential is developed, right? Their potential earning is developed. Even if they do go overseas, you know, so the money I come back at Jamaica same way. You understand what I say? And not everybody will go overseas, but at least the development. Because the more baby born, you know, so some migration are go on. But the point of the matter is, having a developing country, whether there's a lot of people and babies are being born, and some are leaving and going overseas, you still have a great pool of talent and educated people in different areas to earn. Not just a 9 to 5 down at the hotel if you go make tips. Right? Come on, man. We need that, man.
It must be the key. And when it comes to education, the People's National Party's conviction remains the same. Education, education, education. At the top of our priority list.
Yes. And you know, say Uncle Derek, I gotta make sure say they're on the top of the list. You know, say Damien Crawford now play. Alright. And that's why my market G good enough. Because my market G say eye to eye on that. You remember good? Time come. River run over, bank turn over. Hey!
We are committed to building an education system that is inclusive, equitable, and excellent. Bold steps and real investment are needed to ensure that every child from the earliest years through to tertiary education has the opportunity to succeed. We have the plan and we are ready. Today, I reaffirm our party's commitment to excellence in education. Our approach to early childhood development will provide performance-based incentives for early childhood facilities to give them additional resources to improve standards. At the primary and secondary levels, we will implement a comprehensive program that is targeted and provides targeted support to each aspect of the curriculum. Expanding access to tertiary education is also a critical part of the mix. I have long advocated for the removal of guarantors for student loans, a policy that this government has eventually adopted, and it was a significant step forward. And we are in full support of that, because we put the interests of Jamaican people first. But as the party of ideas and implementation, we must take this further. We believe education must not be a burden of debt, but a bridge to a better future. We will make student loans more borrower-friendly. Graduates will only begin to repay their student loans once they are employed.
That's big. That is big. Come on, man. Wanna talk truth? Wanna talk truth in the comment section? That on the screen, that is big. You won't have to start paying your students' loan back until you gain employment. That's big. That's big. Come on, man.
Friendly. Graduates will only begin to repay their student loans once they are employed, and their monthly payments will be capped at an affordable percentage of their monthly income.
Oh, so there's going to be a cap of a certain percentage of their monthly income. So say for instance, the person earn $1 million a month, and the cap on taking out their income would be 15%. It's going to be 15% of $1 million. And suppose they earn 50,000 a month. It's going to be 15% of 50,000. Me like it.
If there are times when they are between jobs or they're out of work, payments on their student loans will be deferred and tacked onto the back end of the loan period.
Wow! So if they're out of employment now, they now feel threatened and say, oh God, they can't pay their student loan. And they now back up. Hey, me I tell you, say, Marky G, it hard for no root for you, my general. It hard for no root for you. May I tell you the truth? No, for real. Because I want to see better for Jamaica. And what y'all say? Me like what y'all say. Me like what y'all say. Me I be honest. Me like what UIC say. Anyone I want to good for me. I mean, just what the people in the country just know say. We can't allow that green people to get him back in the government. Yeah. I don't think they deserve to be in a government ever again. Yeah. Right, that's something there, brother. Me take it that far. Me that serious right now. Me no feel safe with my kids them I grow up with them in a power. Because I have seen that they are working for the devil. And I don't want my kids to be subjected to the devil's rule. You understand?
Without penalties. This will remove the fear and reluctance among young people to borrow to invest in their education. And it will free up young professionals to build their careers.
Cooler man, Marky G, talk to them. Talk to them, Marky G.
Are the backbone of the education. Teachers are the backbone of the education system.
Thank you.
And we must show that we truly value our teachers.
Wanna
and
listen
we must
this?
do whatever is necessary to persuade them to stay in our education system. A student loan forgiveness program will be provided to our teachers based on their years of service in the system. And what we have in mind is that 1 year of payments on their student loan will be forgiven for every year that they remain employed in the public education system.
Jesus Christ. The man just eliminate brain drain a while ago. You hear what the man say? The man said the teacher them will pay back them student loan. The more longer them stay working in the country is the more years forgiven off of them student loan. Come on now, man. Come on, that is smart. Let's listen to that again. That's smart.
System. A student loan forgiveness program will be provided to our teachers based on their years of service in the system. And what we have in mind is that 1 year of payments on their student loan will be forgiven for every year that they remain employed in the public education system.
Jesus.
Making the necessary investments in vocational training is also critical for Jamaica to move up the value chain.
Yes.
This starts at the secondary level. Every secondary
Big up Colonel Anthony, I swear.
school must offer a cluster of vocational offerings and will be equipped with state-of-the-art vocational labs, providing hands-on training in critical skills during the day for the students, and will be open to adults in the evenings, promoting lifelong learning and skills development. We also need to incentivize businesses to invest in training, and we have a plan. We propose that HEART matches dollar for dollar the amount that businesses spend on training. This will incentivize and expand business training programs even beyond the current employees of the business. We see a dynamic partnership between the state and the private sector to transform national productivity, rapidly developing our capacity to absorb new investments that create well-paying, high-value added jobs for our people.
Wow.
It cannot be denied.
So they're going to pay the companies to invest in training, and that training, whatever area you're in. So you're gonna constantly have an opportunity to develop. Let me tell you something. The reason why I never wanted to work for certain people or certain places, if I didn't see a way for me to elevate and go up the ladder in terms of earnings, I was discouraged. If there wasn't some way I could gain tips and earn more on my pay, I was discouraged. Because at the end of the day, think about it, ladies and gentlemen. If you're really talking about starting a family, how many jobs in Jamaica is qualified to say, yes, if I do this job, I'll be able to sustain and maintain my family? How many jobs are there out there like that? No, that's not a lot. It's not a lot. It's a very minuscule amount of jobs that is in that category. Very small.
That to have a strong and productive economy, we must have a healthy population. Every Jamaican has joined in the sacrifices that reduced our country's debt. Our people ought to be repaid with a health sector that treats every Jamaican with dignity, not burdened by long waiting times, sleeping on floors or chairs because there are no beds available to admit them when they are sick, and heavy charges for outsourced diagnostic tests that cost an arm and a leg because the equipment in the public sector health system is not being maintained. Millions of dollars are being spent on marketing a broken health system to make everything seem fine and dandy. Popularity is being prioritized over the health of our people.
Popularity. People, I'm telling you, say. And I thought I press always talk about a beer, what them call it? A beer PR stunt. But the reality is vastly different from the stunt them when them try pull. Never tell a lie, Marky G.
Under this government, the Cornwall Regional Hospital is still barely functioning. The last price tag we heard for its refurbishing was over $22 billion, when $2 billion was originally to be spent, and no one has been held accountable.
No one.
It is scandalous, and it is putting additional pressure on the health system
Yes.
to try to cover up or cover for this major health facility being out of action for so long.
Yes. Time come on, time come on.
We choose change, and here is what we will do. We know that prevention is much better than cure.
Yes.
Less costly and faster.
Yes.
We will focus on primary care to detect and treat diabetes, high blood pressure, and other chronic diseases, and screen for the early detection and treatment of cancer. The goal is to treat patients well before they get so sick that they need to be admitted into hospital. We will reform procurement and inventory management in the health sector to ensure value for money, and we will give healthcare workers the necessary tools to do their jobs properly. We will train teams of biomedical engineers to repair and maintain the broken equipment, the x-ray machines, ultrasound, CAT scan, ventilators, and keep them in working order so patients have access to them when they need it most.
Yes.
We will expand urgent care services to reduce overcrowding and long waiting times in emergency departments. Comrades, it is a disgraceful blot on this government's record that maternal and child death rates are higher today than they were in 1995. Jamaica is going backwards under this government. Mothers and babies are dying. What happened, Andrew? How come you don't hear the dead babies now?
Come on, man. Come on, man. Talk truth, man. Talk truth, man.
PNP will prioritize the procurement of intensive care units, providing critical care for mothers, babies, and the general population. My fellow Jamaicans, comrades of the People's National Party, and friends, I have provided you with an understanding of the direction that we must take Jamaica in order to move our country forward. Effective governance, built on integrity and honest communication with the Jamaican people, are principles that will guide a Mark Golding-led PNP government. We have the team, a team that is sharply focused on providing efficient and caring public service to make Jamaicans feel more hopeful, more empowered, and more facilitated. Our policy mix will engender positive values and attitudes, a greater sense of national purpose, and a caring liberty among all our people. I and I must live as one. We are on the pathway of change, to build a society where every well-thinking Jamaican has the opportunity to improve their quality of life. That is our ambition, and I draw inspiration from our most transformational leader, Michael Joshua Manley, who told us if the moral purpose of this mission is to remain intact, it must be approached in humility and supported by prayer. Comrades, it is up to all of us now. Walk every hill and valley, every nook and cranny, every street and lane. Bring in the 90 at 9 and then go for the missing one. Listen to the people's voices and let them hear the trumpet sounding, the mighty refrain from Niggeril Point to Moran Point and back. Time come, and we choose change. Power to the people, comrades. Power to the people.
Power to the people. Yes, you heard it from the man himself, Mark Golding, the next Prime Minister of Jamaica. Yeah. May I tell you, boy,